Life support systems repaired.
Yeah! Who's a great engineer? Me. You tapped out in KCD chatting here. In chat, when you went inside, you was drunk. Low. What? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, robot. He's gone. He's got to fix stuff, though, right? He looked pretty cool, though. That bot looked pretty cool. And of course, if you're going to make a robot that's going to repair stuff, it's going to have 4 arms, because the more arms, the more efficient, right? Right. We took our objectives to find... We've got to access the ID bracelets to get to the bridge. We still got to find the free crew. Okay. We've got Miller's room still to look in. We still got Miller's room. Got a dining room. Science wing, which is locked. That obviously needs something to open, so need the access key. We got Miller's room and the bridge where you need her ID bracelet to get in there. Let's look in the dining room first. This place doesn't seem very stable, does it? Hello, Skirvin. Hello, Blackheart. It doesn't seem very stable, this station. It's gonna blow, isn't it? Aiden, I'm constantly cleaning up your messes. Deal with this. Mila, I'm constantly dealing with your passive aggression. Deal with this. Sexual tension there, I'm sure. Satisfy your hunger with a snack pack. 2 delicious variants of nutrient disc. Oh, yum. What do you think that is? It's a Gantz bar. We'll leave that in there.
The analysis of the Terra Firma is complete. It's only Silas's taxonomy of the alien anatomy that is behind schedule, which is surprising given how similar... Aiden, what are you doing?
That wasn't me. I'm on my way to engineering now.
Call me at the bridge when you get there.
Let's tidy up a bit, right? Hey. Solid green! Yeah. Hey. Bin. We've got a window, we can look at it. We've got a bar. A ball in socket joint of a 3-dimensional rotation and lateral movement. This is obviously Aiden's. He's kind of working on the bots he was making. This looks like a. This looks like obviously like some game, right? Is it like some sort of like weird futuristic chess variant or something? Come on, put it down. There you go.
Look, it's none of my business. I know you ended whatever was between you and Mila. But the way you still look at her, I'm not convinced you're over her.
You're absolutely right, Aiden. It is none of your business.
It is none of your business. Modular by design. Modular nature of the SPO means that the facilities on board can change depending on the needs of the mission. Just switch out parts. Try building your own custom SPO with the pieces above. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, we get to build one. Oh wait. No, come on around the back. That'll be something you can put around the back, surely. One there. There you go. We got one. Oh, I'm a space station builder extraordinaire. Look at that. We did it. You see? I can build a space station all on my own. It's just 3D chess. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like 3D chess, doesn't it? It's something closed. We're going to go into Mila's.
Welcome, Mila.
Well, hang on. Is she the captain or something? Her room is very, very posh compared to the other. The engineer's room was very small, and she's got fucking a water feature in her room. That's pretty nuts, right? So again, we're going to be looking for another sort of image here that we can use as our code. So while we're here. Axiom, was that Dialar Orb? Once removed from packaging, the device is to be worn over the ear. Features through the constant measuring of brain chemistry, hormonal levels, and heart rate. The device can discern moments of cognitive or emotional significance. These moments will be automatically created as audio logs for future reference. Lol. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about having a gadget like that. But she's got a very nice looking room. Holy shit, she's obviously must have been really important. Must have been very important. All of the books. She's got all of the books. Travel through the faces. I mean, that is another icon on there, so potentially it could be that drawing there. Maybe. Right? I mean, it's possible. They both have the same drawing on it. It could be that one. There's a couple of tickets for some sort of show or event she went to. I mean, if that was a significant time, a significant event it might be. But then again, all of these books have a similar sort of image on it. So it could be any one of these books. We're going to look for some notes or something to indicate what it could be, right? There's an awful lot of messages here that could be it. Your biological metric indicate you are stressed. Have a relaxing scent to calm you. Well, thanks. Added to inventory. Ah, okay, that's probably something that's a ripped note we've got to find the rest of. I can't believe you hid this from me for so long. Sir Silas Hayes is the mystery man you've been seeing for the last half a year. The guy you're going on Psi Prime mission with. You'd be so much trouble if you two were caught. I always see him in interviews, but what's he like in person? I try to read one of his books, but he can... So we can hold a real conversation when you finally introduce me. Does he have an interesting side to him? And or will we just be talking about his favorite kind of rocks? Meet up when you get back, Amelia. She got a nice room though compared to the other one we saw. It's a nice size, right? My dear child, the frustrations you bear are not born of my legacy. The praise and glory offered to some are not the lottery of circumstance. They come from strength of will and spirit. They are not the goals, but the byproducts of true leadership. Don't chase something that can't be caught. A good leader does not follow a path. They create one. You see me as a limit of your success, but it is you, your father, Sternolexer. What time is kitchen time? Whoa. Well, at least you said kitchen time rather than bathroom time. Remember Sternolexer? That's obviously her dad, so he's obviously deaded. Life is tough, but so are you. No.
There's no real achievement possible for the daughter of a hero. I don't wish to seem ungrateful, but it's getting cold in the shadow you cast on me, Father.
So why is the mirror broken, out of curiosity? What did she do? Why is this mirror broken? And God help us if we have to fix it. If you got to pick up all the pieces and put them back, that would just... Oh. Right, so the common sense thing... The common sense thing here that could potentially be the diagram so far from looking downstairs is the ticket, right? That note, that there, potentially is the common sense thing that it could be. Look at that! Exercise Back Out of Future. So what? So this is a Rob Wine on X Game of What puzzle. I mean, it's kind of like a, well, it's a narrative-driven like story game, but there are some puzzles in it. We haven't really seen much yet. Nothing really major, but there are puzzles in it. But it's like a walking sim, really. It's a kind of a walking sim sort of setup. Hello, Mila. You missed your workout yesterday. Is everything okay? So she's 70% done in her 60k steps. At least, look, she's been doing something. In his room, he wasn't actually doing it. It's a, oh shit, that's her thing. Her ID bracelet. Average 2,000 steps a day. That's not a lot. But then again, I suppose if you're on a space station, you may not get the opportunity for many steps. Okay, so. Akim has been made aware of an undeclared personal and romantic relationship between the two of you. Given the obvious conflict of interest within the chain of command, we are preparing an alternate captain for this mission. Elias, I'm not sure what you heard, but we assure you there's no commitment of relationship between Mila and myself. I apologize that we did not declare our brief casual infatuation, but we are no longer personally involved and our relationship will remain strictly professional. This was 6 years. Is this what 6 years is worth to you? Is that pride? Is it your pride that I'm cast aside so easily for you? Or just a chance in a science book someday? You're a selfish prick, Silas. I risked everything to hide. I didn't risk everything to hide what we had, and you've shown me how small a man you truly are. I thought I had everything I wanted, so thank you for not embarrassing me by leading me to believe the feeling was mutual. Well, yeah. He sounds like a bit of a dick, doesn't he? As a message between Elias and Mila. Received a report. Will respond if there are any concerns. Is there anything else that needs to be discussed? I'm hearing through the grapevine about accusations some senators were bribed. Any truth to this? Probably. 1, probably it's the Senate. 2, not by anyone but from Axiom. And 3, worry about the things that you're paid to. Yes. So pretty much do your own job. Ignore the rest. Right, seldom acknowledged is how much a captain's fate is tied to the success of or failure of their ship. With a vessel so wonderfully maintained as the Espial, you might almost believe this mission wasn't that important. Okay, let's go try that code. I think that might be it. We'll try that one first, right? We can memorize this image, I'm sure, right? We can memorize that. That? I think that's maybe it isn't that then. I'm sure that's what the image was, right? I guess it's not that then. Maybe it's one of the image on one of the books or something maybe, and we just We just haven't seen it yet. It wasn't what we thought. The obvious thing it wasn't. Okay. So, let's go to the bridge. Because now we've got our bracelet, we can go into the bridge, so maybe there's a clue in here. Or it could be something to do with one of the books. Oh, there was a note about the, Okay, so we can get into the bridge. There was a mention about, on one of the notes about one of the books, about reading a book from him. So maybe if you find out what book Silas wrote, it could be the image on that. Or looking at the images on these, all of them are pretty complicated. They're probably more than you could do with an unbroken line on that thing. But if one of those books is Silas's, it could be his one that is the image of his one. We can't actually pick any of them up though, so if there's one book you can pick up, then it could be the image on that one book. Rotate what? The image, you mean? I mean, it's possible, I suppose. I mean, I kind of, You mean rotate the image when you draw it? I mean, I drew the image as it was there, like rotated like that, right? So you can see where the bottom is. You've got the solid line at the bottom, right? Which would indicate that's the bottom. I mean, you can't rotate this. You can just move it left and right, but you can't turn it through a horizontal sort of axis. Or maybe it's just drawn like that. I mean, I drew it that way with the solid line being the bottom, but maybe it's like you draw it like that. Maybe. Let's try it. You never know. And then we'll go look in the bridge, because it could well be something in the bridge that we're going to see. Wait, enemy have to fly? What do you mean? What, a book name? If it's an image on a book, I don't see you being... Since you can't interact with any of these books, you can't pick them up. It might not be one of the books, unless you get something else, something that's written somewhere, if you know what I mean. Because if it was one of the books, you would expect to be able to pick it up, right? I would expect that whatever it is something you can pick up. There's a book there with nothing written on it. But since you can't interact with any of the books, I'm thinking it's probably just not. It probably isn't that. I mean, it might be, but no, it probably isn't. There was no books lying around on here, was there? Just no. All right. All right. I don't think that is the code though, because that code seems like it's too it's not enough points. Because when you draw it, it doesn't finish. I don't think it finishes until you get it right. You just keep drawing until you get it right. So that's not it. It's got to be something we're going to find on the bridge, I reckon, or we'll find another clue. And if it's a specific book, then you'd think there'd be a clue somewhere telling you the name of it, right? I hope.
If I had to guess, I'd say we've been hit by something. Trouble is, I can't tell for sure because whatever did happen took everything offline. Engines, cloaking, communication.
I get it, Aiden. We need to fix this. Now.
I'm on it, but I have no idea how long this might take.
Then let me remind you of what will find us if you don't hurry.
Medical. It's very clean, isn't it? I mean, everything in this whole station is extremely clean and tidy. Nothing out of place. He says that, look, there's a bandage there out of place. The local star emits a light spectrum with a comparatively longer wavelength than our own. The species' eyes have developed to process and see colors that we cannot. Specifically, their retina can process light at 400 nm to 700 nm, but not the lower end of our visible spectrum of 300. So they're obviously studying these aliens. Cyprime species overviewed. Species is a psychologically bilateral, water-dependent, organic omnivore possessing an advanced emotional and intellectual capacity. The former, primarily dominated by fear, is perceived their violence stems from underdeveloped social cognitive learning structures and systems and insufficient individual knowledge, retention, and processing. Okay. Well, hello. The peripheral autonomic, sympathetic, and somatic system mapping of the species physiology. Hello. Hello, mate. How you doing, mate? So, Aiden examination. Aiden meets the minimum health requirements for active space travel. Active carrier of CSAD. No observed symptoms that would deteriorate his ability to perform duties. CSAD? I wonder what that is. Vice meets all health recommendations and is cleared for the mission. His CSAD carrier status will not impact his job performance, but given CSAD has an extremely high mortality rate, we recommend that he regularly be screened post-mission. Injury report. Miller Lexer. Name of injured person, Silas. Mission day 12, 10 to 4 in the afternoon. Injury occurred in the table, upper lab, central work table. What caused injury? Silas was being careless while manually dissecting a sample retrieved from the surface. He cut his hand. What part of the body was injured? His arm. I'm concerned this will compound his already inadequate physical competency. What could have been done to prevent it? He could have acted like an adult and been more aware of what he was doing. Actions have been taken. Aiden has treated and dressed the wound. Recommended we duck, pay, and for the subsequent loss of efficiency Silas will experience during recovery. Should also consider further reprimands. Yeah, she's probably she's mad at him. There must be Chewbacca, says Ryzik. I mean, technically, it looks a little bit like it, like one, right? It looks a little bit like it could be. Chewie. Port freeze.
We were prepared to do little more than chemically converse with single-celled organisms, and now disrespect our subjects by proceeding as if they were. What cruelty we show our cosmic siblings by denying them the knowledge that we exist.
How do I get in there? What is it? Let me in! Come around from the other side, maybe. This is a bridge.
This is the S-File to Axiom. We've been discovered. An alien ship is attempting to dock. We're initiating lockdown and preparing for evacuation. Gentlemen, this mission is over. Back up all mission data and then get to the escape pods.
Mila, they're boarding.
We're done here. Both of you, move!
Alright, they were boarded. Well, shit. They were boarded. To Mila from Elias, further instructions. Leadership is pleased with your team's speed in achieving a mission deliverables based on the reports. We anticipate being a full 6 days ahead of schedule, which provides us a unique opportunity. Attaches a charter for the new project your team is to prepare for. Attachment's been deleted. Okay. This is never discussed in our mission scope. And had it been, I would have never accepted command. What could have possibly changed for leadership to even consider this? We've only properly analysed a fraction of the data collected. I think it goes without saying we really have no clear idea of what we're dealing with yet. Once we see a more complete picture of the situation, we'll be in a more informed position to determine the next step. The first priority is the safety and welfare of our people. Based on the turbulent reports of the aliens' behaviour, there's mounting pressure to demonstrate a degree of control. I'll also add the exorbitant cost of the Aspire mission requires Axiom to exceed expectations of stakeholders. It is an objective that requires everyone to follow the chain of command, and while you have a famous last name, I expect you to obey orders. Boarded by something. Fishy people? Fishy chewies. Right. Sibling rivalry is detected. It's disconnected and fragmented nature of the species that I find myself drawn to understanding we can identify geographically. Based superclans formed in quadrants on the planet, and the species fight viciously to defend their cultural identity. They almost look to create an arbitrary division between themselves, despite the fact that from my preliminary tests, they are 100% identical in every way. It's sibling rivalry on a planet-wide scale. Phew. And why can't we put the lights on? I mean, there could be something here, like a monster or an alien. I mean, that door's locked. That door's locked. Miller's office is locked. If we were going to get the power back in here, maybe if we turn take the lockdown off, because the lockdown is still in effect, right? Classics return? New bundle? We'll cancel lockdown. Much text in this game. Fishbackers? Maybe fishbackers. Yes. I mean, it's possible. I mean, have you ever seen a big hairy fish? Because that could be what we're contending with. Docking bay's open. Oh, there we go. We obviously gotta close that. It's like a speech bubble down there. We gotta get so we can interact with to get a log. Now, obviously, we can't go out there like that, right? Because obviously there's no gravity out there. We've got to close the docking bay. There's no dock ships. The dock ship log, there was one unknown ship that was docked. Surface damage detected in the main landing space. Alternate docking methods recommended. Fueling station 2 was damage detected. So hangar tank, you got fuel section 2 is offline. Damage detected. The crane's okay. Alright. I'll have to check that out later. Maybe it'll be something worth picking up. Alright, look, that's open now. Let's have a look up here first. Before we go down there. Before we go down there. It was testing. I was testing to see if you would noticed. See if anyone was paying attention. He was paying attention. You need to. It's not I don't have to booze. It's just I'm not allowed to drink. It's not. I'm not allowed. It's not. It's not something I'm doing every day. I've put it that way. You finished after 82 minutes. Yeah, I know it's not. It's definitely. It's, you know, from reviews I saw, it's not that long, right? Upper lab. We need Silas's ID bracelet. Okay. Is this the parts? Oh, it's the escape parts. Okay. The fact that the pods are still here makes you think they didn't get away, right? You're supposed to notice if I was muted. Yeah, that's my excuse. New Lexington, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, so I guess we're going to go down into the bottom section. And it's through the bridge down below. It's a nice view out the window though. Sort of.
Explosion detected in the lower lab.
I don't think it's not strictly health issues yet. Skyvan. Explosion detected using the emergency exit. Access through upper lab. Silas ID bracelet required. Yes, that's the second door. Needs his bracelet. Main hangar. Yeah, so we have to if we open this now, as soon as there's no atmosphere in there, I reckon that would be a bad idea. We might go whooshed out to death. Nukes going off on the planet? Who is possible? There's a big hole there. Look. This seems dangerous. Please deal with it. I'm pretty sure this is just one of many lovely features of the S-Bile. Whoa. Oh, those stairs. We can access engineering, we can access those stairs. But this is Silas's room, right? So if we get the power up to his room, we can go in there. His bracelet is probably in there, I reckon. Let's go and look in his room first. Or look in engineering. We might better do something here to restore the power. Maybe. It's one of those repair bots. Is that like a spilt cup of coffee? Whew. Nope, this is definitely not a scary game. Nope, there are not jump scares. Nope, nope, nope. How frightened were you by this? You still owe me a new shirt, Aiden. How did you manage to get this job? Hello. You made him spill his coffee or something.
The first set of drones returned with the sediment samples, but 2 were Are you drinking?
No. I'm rescuing what's trapped in this bottle.
Well, are you gonna share or what?
Have a seat.
Alright, so we got power cells here. I guess this is going to change the different, you know, where the power's going, right? If one of them actually leads outside to the front, then that one probably would be his room. Engine controls dissipated. Okay. Insert fuel cell to begin calibration. So we gotta. So we can calibrate some cells. We can recharge them as well. Replacing spent fuel. Microfabrication, calibration, displacement, reset. 4-step process. We do have an empty one there, so we can kind of fill it back up. Finish moving the rest of the fuel cells from the hangar office to the engineering. Hangar office, okay. Analyzing frequency. Right, I need 3 of these icons. Oh, okay. We're gonna kind of pair it to one of them, I guess. So if you was to put it with those 3, it would kind of calibrate it with this, with that one, right? So we're gonna calibrate it with one that's not going anywhere, right? So where's that one going? Right, that one goes over there. Up there, around there. So this one here calibrates over, goes over to that one over there. Where's this one go? You totally didn't jump or anything? Nope. Nope. I don't think anyone did. Nope. I know I didn't. Nope. Follow the cables. Ooh, it's gotta be that one. So it's gotta go there. Alright, so that one there looks like it's going there. Let's try these 3 symbols and see what happens. Registered frequency, okay. Charged. I guess we gotta find another one. I mean, these ones here don't have nothing in it. I'm guessing that they're not gonna be able to do anything with them. They're not. It's not as if they're discharged, they're just totally dead, right? Or maybe, hang on. What's this one over here? And where's the other one? Maybe we gotta just recalibrate something. We got that one. There's two there. Take one of the others out for a second and put it over here. So this one is... Oh, let's pull one out first. We'll take the other one out over here to see where it goes. Where's the other one go? It goes over there. Let's pull it out just to see what it... You can't pull the ones out already in to move them. The only thing you can do is take that one and put it in the other side.
Step 1. Remove an exhausted fuel cell only after displacing the microfabrication reluctance such that it is in a static position. Step 2. For best performance, perform the 2-stage anthrometry analysis of the planar and spatial encabulator on the prospective fuel cell prior to loading into the calibrator.
What?
Step 3. Once decoupled from the phase detractor, reference the exact sampling method that matches the fuel cell input to the panendermic transformer output. Step 4. The serial and parallel manipulation of the displacement matrix is automated during the engine restart process. maintain a safe distance to avoid internal organ dissolution. Note, local zero gravity is required for a full engine restart. All non-secured objects must be locked down. Congratulations on your purchase of the Axiom Series 5 fusion reactor. The following log describes the process of replacing exhausted fuel cells.
So pretty much we've got to find another fuel cell. It doesn't look like there's any more in this room. As far as the places we haven't been, I mean, there's where the doors are. I mean, there's a door there which is closed, locked. I mean, there's his office which we can't get into until we get his bracelet. Right. We need to power this room, sorry, to get into his office. And you've got the locker. Let's go see where upstairs goes to. You got the cargo bay we can go try to open up, but there's a big hole in it. There's no like oxygen. If you go in, there's no atmosphere. You're probably just gonna get vented somewhere, I guess. Maybe.
Mila, please wait a moment.
Get out of my way.
I just wanted to talk.
You made your choice, Silas. Man up to it.
This is good. We're just going back upstairs. Yeah, okay. This is back up top. It's the escape pods, right? Alright, okay. This is the room that was the other side of the medical thing. Yeah, it's like the medical bay. It's out the other side. But the door was locked before because we had, I guess obviously maybe we've tweaked one of those power things if it's opened up some of the door. Opened up this door. This door was locked before, right? So the only door we haven't been in is the cargo bay. I don't think that's a good idea, personally. I don't think it's personally a good idea to, fuck it. Pressurize it, go in. Oh, hello. Did we find one of the crew? I think we might have found one of the crew, although you can't interact with them.
There's 3 of them in the hangar with me. I can't stall them for long.
Run! Aiden, get to the escape pods!
It's too late for that. Finish the mission, Mila.
Hangar airlock disengaged.
No!
Well, we found Aiden. How big is this ship? Well, it's not technically. It's like a space. It's like a station, isn't it? It's a station rather than a ship. It's a portable space station, really, right? A portable space station. Look in the office first. All right, so. 817 unknown. That was obviously them coming in. Yeah, this is what it is. It's like a station like this. Skyhaven. Ah, there we go. We got enough one here. There's the other power cell. Silas, if you find this, please don't tell Miller I nearly have all of them. Miller, if you find this, I'm pretty sure Silas has been hiding all the pens here. Lol. Lol. Aiden Vice, Chief Engineer on board the Aspire to do Hereby revoke my former wills and declare my last will and testament. I direct all my current and future assets, earnings, and wealth to my daughter, Kina Weiss, to pay any for outstanding medical receipts and invoices. I direct that treatment and cure of Kina's CSAT disease take first priority. I appoint Farah Weiss to be Kina's guardian and to oversee her treatment.